What accounts for the success of those less formidable than yourself? Observe the world around you. There's always that quieter voice, that average talent, the commonplace face stepping into the limelight, earning accolades, finding companionship. They aren't more intelligent or more powerful. Their confidence exudes, and the universe yields to it. Meanwhile, you practice the flawless retort, awaiting the opportune moment that perpetually eludes you. Each ticking moment of hesitation allows another to grasp what could have been yours. The challenging reality is this: confidence transcends mere personality traits. It acts as a formidable tool. Even the greatest minds in history, like Machiavelli, discerned that power often favors the assured over the skilled. The bold, even when wrong, command attention, while the hesitant intellectual, though correct, is often overlooked. If you tire of seeking permission while lesser factions steer your destiny, watch closely. This discourse is neither a source of comfort nor mere motivation. It's about empowerment. You will learn to eliminate doubt, speak with authority, and move with an expectation of compliance. By abandoning apologies for assertiveness, the world ceases its scrutiny and begins questioning itself. Are you prepared? Let's reconstruct you into the influence that others feign to be. Often, strength is masked, and many fail to discern between the guise and what lies beneath. That's how the audacious novice outshines the seasoned expert, much like a persuasive salesperson clinches a deal as the thoughtful engineer refines specifications. It's not conspiratorial, it's human nature. Our minds favor shortcuts, and confidence shines as a beacon. Follow me. Machiavelli noted the supremacy of appearances over reality because reality often conceals itself in shadows, whereas appearances are easily observed. The audacious utilize this blindness. They claim the narrative, exclude uncertainty, and thus everyone else reacts to their framing. In contrast, the astute hesitate, verifying facts, softening speech with tentative words. During that pause, chances vanish. A lesser opponent grabs it, taking the throne as the crowd applauds, preferring certainty to correctness. Comprehend this principle of influence. The world favors the believable over the best, and credibility is predominantly posture with a sprinkling of truth. This is why seemingly average talents ascend swiftly, leaving your honed expertise stagnant. You misjudged the power of illusion. You believed facts would speak. They do not. Not in courtrooms, not in conferences, not in affairs of the heart, nor in battle. Recall that upon entering, people evaluate confidence before competence. Display doubt and you've yielded ground that's hard to reclaim. But don't despair. We will dismantle the doubt factory within and rebuild a fortress of surety. Yet first, recognize the adversary in full view, the inner subordinate. You weren't born timid, conditioning taught you to be. From commendations in school to cautious greetings at your first employment, compliance was rewarded. This conditioned reflex asks, waits, and apologizes, now guarding your actions, suppressing boldness. It thrives on hesitation disguised as courtesy and insecurity veiled as humbleness. It explains why you rehearse multiple introductions and why decisive thoughts emerge as careful suggestions. Each acquiescence emboldens it, perpetuating the falsehood that safety is survival. But in realms of power, safety equates to invisibility, and invisible men reign over nothing, not even themselves. The servant derives strength from your endorsement. Refuse it and it weakens. That's your initial strategy. Transform the instinct to question into the drive to act. Send your ideas, stride into spaces, declare your terms, adapt only if necessary. Hesitation might appear polite, but it communicates uncertainty more loudly than any dialogue. The world perceives this tremor and relegates you to background noise. Let it be understood, this servant's voice is not conscience, it's an obsolete program. It shielded your juvenile self but confines your adult potential in mediocrity. Cease bargaining with it, challenge it. When it suggests defeat, counter with the possibility of success unseized due to inaction. Scrutinize every apology, every cautious phrase, and every anxious laugh. They are mere barriers you construct around yourself. Eliminate the servant, and something within awakens, a presence that demands, rather than requests, access. Yet, awakening this presence entails more than silence. It mandates a fundamental reversal in how you occupy space and articulate. This is the emergence of the leader we aim toward. Eliminating the servant doesn't create emptiness, it liberates the ruler you're meant to embody. A ruler doesn't await endorsement, he designs it. He grasps a fundamental truth. Machiavelli immortalized, power is taken, not given, and seeking permission reflects weakness. Thus defy every instinct the servant instilled. When instinct advises you to shrink, you broaden, shoulders drawn back, level chin, unwavering gaze. When justification beckons, pause, leaving room for the unspoken strength to communicate. When apologies loom, replace them with silence, insisting others acknowledge your impact. Your actions articulate your ethos. You don't announce plans, you embody them. You choose when and where to engage. You set prices, not ranges. Each movement conveys a silent decree: I expect the universe to align with me. This isn't arrogance, it's structural design, outlining the space for others to understand their positions. And observe what fades: the neediness, the over-explanation, the reactions to raised eyebrows. What remains is an assured calmness. Listening persists, but the craving for agreement subsides. Words are measured like currency, used to favor the exchange. When you articulate, results unfold, not mere conversations. This defines the ruler's law. Speech is command, motion is direction. Yet raw assurance alone doesn't suffice. A ruler's dominance must radiate before any dialogue begins. This power resides in the aura carried, silence, posture, gaze determining command. Master this presence and the declaration of authority becomes redundant. Next, employing this silent sway so singular glances do what countless declarations cannot. Presence is silent might, the gravitational pull noticed before speech. It begins the moment you cross a threshold. Many enter forcibly, announcing themselves clumsily. A ruler does the opposite. He lets the environment announce his presence. He approaches like a storm over tranquil waters, deliberate, inescapable. No rush steps, no shifting eyes. His assessment is not frantic, it's a calm, commanding sweep. The message lands soundlessly: I see all, and I determine what holds significance. Your physique articulates prominently. Shoulders are poised, not exerted like a display, but as if guarding armor rests there. The chin is level, neither craning up for approval nor dipping in apology. Hands are purposeful, idle hands betray unsettled minds. Stance is firm, weight balanced, ensuring each movement is thoughtful. Predators conserve energy. Restlessness signals prey. Then comes the stare, not aggressive, not vacant, but purposeful. You maintain eye contact longer than social formalities typically permit, subtly affirming their assessment. When they divert their gaze first, a tacit hierarchy is affirmed. They might not know why they feel at ease near you, but it's because they have quietly conceded. Your presence dictates rhythm. You wait until choosing your position before sitting. You address the room at your tempo. Silence is leveraged to maintain suspense. Others lean in, eager to fill it, exposing insecurities, aspirations, strategies. You acquire influence effortlessly. Understand, presence isn't bluster, it's calculated poise. Noise can impress, but calm intimidates. It alludes to restrained power, the potential to erupt yet choosing discipline. Such contained power unsettles more profoundly than vocal threats. Once this ambiance is achieved, the next level of control naturally follows, the voice wielding it. Because once people are captivated by your silence, your first utterance resonates profoundly. Words may pierce, but tone dictates whether they cut or recede. In the realm of human interaction, words resemble blades, honed to cut or parried by the mere touch of tone. Yet many scatter their syllables with the aimless abandon of loose coins, weightless dull, then puzzle at their unheard echoes. Authority, however, speaks with forged metal, slow enough to convey stability, sharp enough to maintain tension. Each phrase carries the gravity of a gavel strike, definite, irrefutable. Commence with the grounding of pitch. People naturally associate depth with authority. A voice rooted in depth assures the room of your stability amidst their drift. Eliminate verbal clutter. Just maybe, I think. These are escape hatches for the timid. Bolt them shut. Replace with definitive statements: we proceed at dawn. That is unacceptable. I oppose. Observe the absence of apology, the unyielding delivery. Silence embraces the impact, not softening its blow. Pace governs influence. Rushing betrays a need for attention. Ease into your rhythm, and the atmosphere aligns with your tempo. Drag creates anticipation. The audience gravitates towards you before comprehending your words. Pause if required. Command the stillness. Let them hang on your next utterance. When continued, your voice reverberates, even whispered. Volume. Maintain balance. Raise your voice not from desperation but measured resonance. True power resides in assumed presence, transmitted effortlessly. Avoid seeking validation through inquiries like, "Is that clear?" or "right?" Invite affirmation or dissent with declarative closure, inviting the silence to speak for itself. Emotional neutrality is an undercover signifier. Even a faint tremor reveals uncertainty, so let your tone remain steady regardless of subject. Consistency signals profound control, unsettling those who seek insight into your psyche. Master the art of vocal weaponry, making vocabulary secondary. Even the simplest phrase gains weight. However, external strength falters if emotions can be manipulated. Anger becomes fuel, not outrage. Doubt heightens strategy, not stance. Praise encourages tighter boundaries, not relaxation. Those yearning to decipher you encounter a wall. No visible comfort, no traceable anger, simply calculated stillness. Soon they cease their probing, bewildered by your unpredictability. Dependence is the unseen threat Machiavelli warned against, emotional debts binding you to others' approvals. Sever these ties. Don't seek warmth, regulate access. Your presence is a prized resource, scarce and invaluable. The moment you betray need for their validation, balance shifts. Instead, become a scarce commodity. Make them ponder their next chance at your engagement. Scarcity impels value, and value begets influence. Picture your mind as a fortress, impenetrable, with gates and watchful guards. Visitors, upon invitation, remain in the courtyard. The throne room remains sacred unless they serve your intentions. Boundaries unsettle manipulators. Their assaults crumble on the walls of sovereignty. Retain composure buttressed by silence, becoming an unmoved mover, the axis upon which conversation revolves. Yet rejection tests most men. Handle it poorly and fortresses fracture. Handle it wisely, and rejection morphs into your shrewdest blade. We transform each no into a lever, elevating you further than any yes. Rejection isn't an injury, it's intelligence. Every refusal outlines another's short-sightedness, a map of territories yet unconquered. Withdrawal is strategic. Absence fills the void, sparking value. As they ponder your departure, you refine skills, build alliances, enhance resources. Their dawning recognition finds you on a plane they can't attain. Your worth has amplified. Reframe rejection personally. You didn't miss opportunity, the situation faltered a test. This mental shift converts rejection into a sieve, identifying gatekeepers lacking vision. They isolate themselves, perpetuating their own obsolescence. Let them hoard the small stage. Meanwhile, you erect an arena. Return only when your presence unsettles them. Having once sought their comfort, your triumph becomes visible yet untouchable. Offer neither scorn nor explanation. Transformation executes retribution on your behalf. Make rejection your quietest armament. Each no refines your criteria. Each door closed directs you to self-creation. Eventually, dismissing you bears consequences not through retaliation, but through the regret as they witness you dominate landscapes once underestimated. Embrace this synthesis, presence, voice, psychological prowess, into a single potent force changing rooms without sound. The weapon doesn't declare itself, it simply exists with inherent power. By now you've eschewed hesitation, perfected presence and armored your mind. The task now is integration, melding all these elements into a cohesive entity altering reality without spectacle. Begin with ritual stillness. Before entering any forum, pause. Let your pulse calm. Control your breath's cadence. This resets all external influences to align with your internal measure. As you enter, the room subconsciously aligns. Its pulse matches yours unnoticed. Carry the aroma of scarcity, present only when impacts hang in the air. Speak only when silence is too costly. Act when the outcome becomes inevitable. Fear rises from unpredictability, and a concealed force is unfathomable. They ponder but find no handle to grasp. Without an exploitative pattern, they circle your magnetism, not contest your authority. Past failures and victories condense into an inevitable narrative. You cease trying, you appear. Goals transform from whims to decrees made manifest through action. Others negotiate, you dictate through your presence. Even in retreat, you progress, repositioning for a decisive strike. Avoid applause, it diminishes enigma, while enigma amplifies influence. Let whispers proclaim your deeds in your absence, exaggerating feats untold and aspirations undisclosed. When pressed, confirm sparingly. Ambiguity nurtures curiosity, keeping focus upon you post-departure. Precision becomes ethos, expending neither words nor movements nor focus on the irrelevant. Feelings are fuel leveraged strategically. Compassion and cruelty, all subjected to strategic necessity, unfazed by impulsive calls. In such a state, adversaries become mere data. Allies naturally seek proximity, the weak drift away, daunted by standards merely imposed by your presence. Exert no effort chasing either. Gravity orchestrates order. This is supremacy Machiavelli revered but seldom saw. Command devoid of spectacle, power without uproar. Misunderstanding worries no longer, ambiguity defines the framework. Solitude is embraced, it refines. Your identity becomes a self-sustaining circuit, revealing only by choice. The weapon is now whole. Every action carves a new trail, every glance institutes an implicit rule, every silence reshapes atmosphere. Hereafter, history is carved, not merely read. Power isn't stored, it's exercised with every breath. You discover why certainty surpasses talent, how to silence the inner servant, bend rooms with presence, convert tone to decree, thwart manipulation by emotionlessness, and transform rejection into leverage, all coalescing into silent influence. Now, the question lingers like cold steel in the air. Contemplate this deeply. Will you allow this lesson to evaporate into ephemeral sparks of motivation by morning's light, or will you ingratiate it into every dialogue, every stride, every silent moment? The world will not stand still for your deliberation. Another, less resolute, already wields a facade of confidence, gathering the opportunities destined for you. Thus, decide. Retreat into the comfort of indecision, or advance with the discipline to lead with action, to speak with purpose, to feel fully yet be unresponsive, and to exit spaces leaving behind the unwavering conviction you brought with you. This second course is arduous. It demands vigilance, self-control, and a hunger for solitude, but it concludes with others expanding their boundaries after experiencing your influence. If this is the existence you wish to sculpt, commence decisively now. Engage with the content to signal to the digital world that you operate on a unique wavelength. Commit to this journey if you are done seeking approval and ready to claim authority. And pass this to an acquaintance who believes kindness suffices as a tactic, because from this moment forth it is not mere motivation you dispense, it is an enduring